Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I hope that all of you had a restful President's Day, for those of you who had the day off. And for those of you who didn't, happy Tuesday.
Yes, and happy Lunar New Year. I'm wearing my Hello
Yes. Oh,
Kitty
yes. Happy Lunar New Year.
sweater that I got at Universal. You're
Nice.
supposed to wear red. I was looking up a lot about this.
Red,
I'm
yeah,
not as
red's the
familiar. Supposed to wear red today.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to take out the trash. You're not supposed
Well,
to
I
wash your
mean,
hair. There's a lot of things.
that just sounds like an average day for me
Yeah.
lying around the house. I just get to be lazy. Okay, good.
Yes, basically, but have good thoughts. That's
All right.
the main thing. So
I
I'm
will
going to try to
do
do
my
that today.
Yes, absolutely. Before we jump into the show proper, we've already got someone saying hello. Orange Blossom and Tails checking in. Hello and welcome. We'll give just a few more seconds to see if some other folks want to hop on the chat. And then we will just dive right into this. We'll probably have a slightly smaller audience today because we switched from Monday to Tuesday. I know it always throws everyone off when we do that. Sorry. But I needed to go to Disney yesterday because I had some family in town.
Nice. That
So,
sounds
yeah.
fun. You'll have to share more about it.
Absolutely. And in just a moment. All right. We got a dozen or so people watching.
Yeah.
So, and someone's Ridger Christensen checking in to say hi. Hi there. You will get to be the last hello before we start recording this in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I'm Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. Carly, hope you had a restful President's Day and you've had a great week. What have you been up to?
You know what? I've been up to a whole lot of nothing. The most excited thing I did was buy soap. Yes, buy soap. I don't know if you saw the new Disney Bath and Body Works collection.
No, I was a big fan
Yes.
of H2O. We stocked up on the marine, the
Oh,
green,
yes.
the green stuff
Also,
and the sea salt before that went out.
that smells
But tell me about this
amazing.
new soap.
Yes. So they do a Disney Princess collection, and there's already been one that came out. There was a new one that came out on Friday. I love the hand soaps in Bath and Body Works. They smell really good, and they're honestly like the same price as a grocery store soap, and they're fun. So there's a whole new line of princesses, including Mulan and whatnot. And so I bought a bunch of them, and they smell amazing. So if they have any, I mean, it was kind of crazy in the store because they made these elaborate candle holders. One was literally Cinderella Castle. It was like huge. And I was there when someone got the last one, and it was a whole thing. But you have to see this collection. They created the Tangle Tower.
Ooh.
It's pretty amazing. If you're into home
what
stuff.
Does Rapunzel smell like? I don't even want to know. Never mind.
So I will say that was the only scent that I didn't like the smell of, but I loved everything else. So yes.
Do you have a favorite aroma?
It was Mulan. I also
Mulan.
got Mulan.
What does Mulan smell?
Yes, so it's very refreshing, floral. I did get the Mulan wall plug, which is amazing. I'll have to show you a picture. And they really did like a great job. It's really affordable and really cute. And it's not like Disney, you know, you wouldn't really know. It just looks like beautiful pieces. So I know a lot of people are out there buying it. So that was the most exciting thing that I did.
So if you want your hands, your face, and your whole house to smell like a Disney princess, go to Bath and Body Works. I did not invest in soap this week, but I did. Took a trip over to Universal to check out the Mardi Gras parade again. When we saw it, it was what they called a modified experience. I went back and I don't know if all of the floats are in. I think the count was still a little lower than it should be, but all the floats that were out did have people on them. So that is definitely an upgrade. Keep in mind, though, I talked to some team members. They are not going to be doing a virtual line for float riding at all this year. They've done that in past years. That's not happening. If there is a chance to ride the float, it will be standby only. As far as I know, they have not done that yet. So far, it's only been annual pass holders who that's all sold out, and people who bought a ride and dine package.
Yeah. Did
So
you hear why all the floats aren't there? I don't know if you heard
I've
any.
heard I've heard many reasons why, and none of them are officially confirmed. Technical issues, safety inspections, logistical delays, a I've heard a whole bunch of reasons. I'm sure they're probably all true in different ways. But it does look like the float count has been going up, and I wouldn't be surprised if by this week they've got them all up and running.
Maybe they're busy doing Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Yeah, that is true. They've got they got some other things to do. The Kern folks who build those, they're a little busy this time of year. But I also did on President's Day. I had some family in town. I spent some time at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I hardly ever visit a Disney park on a national holiday.
Right. Wow.
But,
You were a brave man.
the line, I mean, the lines were not great. People were waiting 3 hours for Tower of Terror, mostly because one of the two shafts was down.
Wow.
And there was also a big evac on Rock and Roller Coaster, so I'm very glad that I didn't get trapped in that. But I got to ride Rise of the Resistance with only like a 45-minute wait and like 15 minutes for Star Tours. So it seemed to be handling the crowds pretty well, and the weather was just perfect. It was overcast, which is my perfect theme park weather. So
wonderful. I'm glad you had fun with your family.
Yeah.
You know what? When Hollywood Studios is that crazy with rides, I actually don't mind because it's one of my favorite parks to just kind of vibe at. Walk around, look, take it all in, look at the stores, go to tune in and chill.
I did have a little tragic moment when I saw that they were chipping all of the brick facade around the clock tower on the old Muppet Vision.
I saw videos. So
chunks flying away. Made me a little sad. But anyway, without any further ado, we got a whole bunch of news in the queue to jump into, so let's do it now.
Yes.
All right, we are going to start out with some late breaking news that just landed in our mailbox a couple hours ago. Luke Combs, country star, and Opry Entertainment are going to be bringing a brand new club to City Walk. It's called Category 10. It's going to be huge. It's 33,000 square feet, 3 stories tall. And while they did not officially announce it, I've got a pretty good idea of where it's going to go based on the concept art and Universal's official statement on social media saying it is a brand new build, not replacing any of the existing clubs. Yes. It looks like this is going right next to the Lone Palm, in between the Lone Palm and the City Walk waterfront stage. It will wipe out a couple of those little bars and food booths. I think there's maybe a spray painting or a hair braiding kind of thing that's there that's going to go. But this is basically going to stretch from, right next to that stage that's on the City Walk waterfront. You can see the Hard Rock Live in the background here. And it's going to stretch all the way to the bridge that leads to Islands of Adventure. You can see the IOA lighthouse right there on the left side. So that's where we think it's going to go. It's not going to be opening up until late 2027. So we've got a while to watch this thing go up. But it's been a while since we've had a brand new build at City Walk. This isn't necessarily my genre of music, but I think it will definitely bring in a different crowd that's not being serviced by anything that's at City Walk.
Right, I'm personally a night owl. I don't like to start my day early. I would prefer to stay out late. And, since Pleasure Island's gone, theme park nightlife is virtually non-existent. Jelly Rolls closed at Disney World. It wasn't my favorite, but at least it was a late night option that's fun beyond just, I don't want to just, at the end of the night, I don't want to just like sit at a dinner and like, I'm exhausted. I want to, have fun. And I think City Walk has a few great options. I love Pat O'Brien's. I love Rising Star, but somewhere to dance, there's really nothing like that. And that is what Pleasure Island
Right.
had so many places to just
bring back mannequins, darn it.
Yeah, I know. And it's like a lot of times, with Pat
Yeah, we
O'Brien,
lost the groove. We haven't had we haven't
we
had
lost the
any
groove.
place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Pat O'Brien's, if you want a table, you have to also eat, which is fine. I usually always will order food. But if you just want to go somewhere and kind of listen to live music and dance, that option doesn't really exist at all in the theme park space. So to have this, I am so excited. It's also going to bring in tours that maybe aren't even visiting the theme parks at Orlando or Universal Orlando to come and visit this destination. There's one in Nashville. It took over the Wild Horse Saloon, and it's super successful, popular. This thing is massive. It's 3 stories.
Yeah.
It's really huge if it's anything like the Nashville one. So I think this is a great addition.
Yeah. And I am all for more live music. Anything that employs more live musicians in the parks, I'm all for that.
Absolutely.
So we will be keeping an eye on this as it develops. Like I said, not until a late 2027. So we got a little ways.
Are we going to go line dancing together?
You know what? For you, I would do that.
Yes.
I'll put on my boots.
Perfect.
So, all right, let's now hop over to Epcot, where on February 11th, Frozen Ever After soft reopened to guests, officially opened on February 12th. And we've got videos and photos before and after showing the huge improvement from the old projected faces to the new fully animatronic faces. I have not gotten a chance to see this in person yet at Epcot, but I got to see the same thing in Hong Kong.
Right.
And it's a definite upgrade.
Yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. I know you got to see it in person. We needed this desperately. Also happy the downtime wasn't that long.
No,
so
they really knocked that one out pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this in person. I have not gotten to see it in Hong Kong, but I love this attraction. It's so fun and lively. And now we actually have characters that look real and not scary.
Yeah. I mean, they were okay. I always say those projected faces were great on opening day when the color and the brightness and everything was dialed in, but that didn't last. And when you would see them kind of flicker or misadjusted or whatever, it was definitely nightmare fuel. Disney does not seem to be permanently done with projected faces. Rear projected faces like these used, I don't think we're going to see those again, but they have been experimenting with front projected faces. So we might see that. But for now, Audio-Animatronic full animated faces on the Frozen sisters as well as Kristoff. They didn't really touch the Olaf and the Sven. They still have those projected eyes, but I think those work okay as long as it's just the eyes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is going to be great. I think, you don't want to scare kids. So
Exactly. Next up, we're heading over to Epic Universe, where there is some big news out of the Shingle Creek Transit and Utility Community Development District. That's a big mouthful, but that is the kind of government area that controls the land that Epic Universe is on. And they have voted, we've talked before about how they were looking for proposals for new transportation systems to link Epic Universe with the original Universal campus. Well, it looks like they have approved a bid, and the winner is Elon Musk's Boring Company.
I love the name of that. The Boring Company.
So, according to news reports, several different groups pitched concepts. Some of them were pitching autonomous vehicles running on city streets, autonomous vehicles running on an elevated roadway. But the winners are the same folks who are behind the Las Vegas Loop, which goes under the convention center in Las Vegas. And they are claiming that they can actually build tunnels underneath Florida's porous swampland, and then will run Tesla cars through them, taking people back and forth.
I mean, I kind of would love this. The bus system is great. So obviously that's awesome. But I know some people want to do something different. They're opposed to maybe taking, the public park transportation. Do we need this? I don't know. Do we?
I do think we need something. I think the dedicated bus line up Kirkman Road was a decent stopgap for getting people from Epic to Universal Orlando, but it's definitely not the seamless bubble that it's no monorail, it's no Skyliner for sure.
Yeah,
The idea of being able to bypass all of that, I drive traffic and getting back and forth quickly is great, but I would really love the people who are approving this to take a trip to Las Vegas and see what the actual loop experience is, because I think if they did it in person, they might not be as eager to jump on this. I'm not going to dig much deeper into that, but I don't think both financially and in terms of guest experience that the loop has been very successful, and I would hate to see it become a boondoggle for Orlando. And
right.
keep in mind, they built that in Vegas where it's all just, dry sandstone, not when you're basically on a marshland. So we will see as this moves forward, if it moves forward. But yeah, I was hoping that they would pick one of the other options personally. So they were
Yes. And
really
also,
adorable little autonomous buses shaped like minions.
that would be
and
fun. I would rather have
Transformers.
something in the sky, but that's just my
Yeah.
own personal wants. It's like Epic Universe isn't really far from main campus. I've timed it so
No.
many times. It's like 13 to 15 minutes.
It's way
easy.
closer than going from Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom on a Disney bus. Way
Exactly.
close.
So I'm like, no.
Well, we will keep you apprised as this develops.
Right.
Some other new projects that we are being teased about. Six Flags has dropped some hints about new attractions coming in 2027 to Fiesta, Texas, and Carowinds, which I know is one of your favorites.
Yep.
Over in Fiesta, Texas, on February 14th, they threw up a photo on social media of a billboard that they've put up in the park saying that there is a future 2027 development, and they've got what seems to be a fictional company called the Crack Axle Canyon Community Cooperative.
Oh, the mouthful.
Say that 5 times fast.
Right.
They've even got a phone number, and if you call it up, you'll get a curious recorded message with jackhammers and construction activity in the background, and some hints about an out-of-this-world development zooming to you in 2027 with 130,000 square feet of adventure within the magnificent quarry wall. So we can speculate what this means for the Crack Axle Canyon Screampunk District, which is part of the Texas park that has a bunch of rides, including a bunch of kids' rides currently.
Yes. I mean, this is a park that's on my bucket list for 2026. So I hope to go here. It's literally built like in a quarry. They have a train that goes by. It's very cool. And I just love when regional theme parks utilize this level of hype and marketing to tease an attraction, like with the phone lines. Dollywood also did this with Big Bear Mountain. It is so fun and just kind of brings everyone in to get invested in whatever the attraction may be.
Great way to engage with their fans.
Yep.
Now, at Carowinds, they have also teased a mystery announcement. They've got a social media post that they put up back on January 19th with a black and white picture of a wooden box or a crate. And it said, "Did you hear something is out there? Hashtag what's in the woods." Now, a few years ago, they announced a water-breaking record ride was coming in 2026, but we haven't heard anything more about that. You are the Carowinds expert compared to me. So what is your gut feeling? What do you think this is all about?
I'm thinking water ride. I think they're going to go back to whatever that original thing was. This also happened. The announcement came at a time when they were in that transition going to be part of Six Flags. So obviously, I think internally they just kind of had to get their ducks in a row before moving forward. Carowinds is one of their most popular and most visited parks in the portfolio. So it makes sense that they're going to invest again. I love this article because it shows some potential areas. There's a sizable piece of land where the Dinosaurs Alive attraction was. I never personally got to visit this, but I wish I did. I looked at so many pictures and there's still like a little bit of stuff on the ground, and it's a pretty huge plot of land that could be used.
Yeah, they've got that Dinosaurs Alive area. They've also got the area where they cleared out the former Rip Roaring Rapids ride path.
Yep.
And there was also the spot where the Nighthawk roller coaster used to be. So lots of room where this could be going.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the Carolinas. It gets hot in the summer, and for most
water
of
ride's always a good choice.
Yep, it's warm.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense to have some sort of water-based attraction. And I hope it's like a pioneering, record-breaking ride that really kind of is a showstopper.
Yeah. Well, Carowinds is going to open up for its 2026 season in just under a month, March 14th. And it looks good for Carowinds that they are doing this investment because they have talked about selling off some of the underperforming Cedar Fair, Six Flags parks. It looks like Carowinds is sticking around.
Yep.
All right. And next up, there is a new Harry Potter drone show featuring 1,200 synchronized drones, film music, and immersive visuals. And it is coming to Florida for 3 magical nights only, but it's not coming to Universal Orlando.
No.
It is coming to the skies over Miami.
Yes. I was very surprised by this because when I looked at the article, I was like, oh, Universal's getting a new. Nope.
So, yeah, this is happening at the Miramar Regional Park in the Miami, Florida area. And it is called Drone Art Show Harry Potter. So it's going to feature imagery like the Hogwarts house crests, flying owls, pixies. It will transform the sky above the park into a canvas of light, movement, and cinema-inspired magic. And this is not just a little 2-minute drone show. This is going to be a 60-minute experience.
Okay, my jaw dropped when I got to
I've never heard of a 60. I have to imagine that 60 minutes, the drone part is only a portion of it because drones just can't fly that long. Their batteries don't last that long.
I was in shock. Also, that's a long time. I mean, I require a lot to be engaged for like a 20-minute fireworks spectacular. I cannot imagine watching something for an hour like this. So I'm really curious to see, they say scenes, but like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be music or maybe some interactive thing or something to fill out the experience. But if you are curious about what this is all about, it's happening on March 26th, 27th, and 28th only. This is at Miramar Regional Park in Miami, Florida, and tickets are going on sale on February 18th, which is tomorrow if you're listening to this live. There is currently a wait list available for early access. So head on over to the article at attractionsmagazine.com for the link.
Yes. And I think, this is ticketed, you are paying. So maybe that's where the 60-minute comes into play because you're going to have to drive there, park. It's a whole event. So 60 minutes.
If you go if any of you go and check this out, please take some pictures and share them with us so we can see what it's like. All right. And finally, we'll wrap up the news with some sad news out of Silver Dollar City. That park is embarking on a 10-year expansion. So there's lots of exciting things coming in the future, but something is going to have to go. And that something is Thunderation. It is the classic mine train roller coaster that has been around for 33 years. will see its last day of operation on January 2nd, 2027. You've got
Yes. I mean, this is
almost
the
a year
quality.
to get your last ride.
Absolutely. One of the best mine train coasters in the country. It is so much fun. And of course, Silver Dollar City is not going to be going out without fanfare. They do a really good
Yeah.
job when they close iconic attractions like Fire in the Hole with the merch and kind of all the pomp and circumstance surrounding it. So I am excited for whatever is next. It's one of my favorite parks ever.
Yeah.
It's so good. Their theming is good. It's beautiful. So I can't wait personally to see, what we're going to get.
Yeah, we do not know. We've got hints of what might be coming next. They've yet another fictional mining company.
Mhm.
The park says a mining company is ordering the closure of Thunderation so it can reclaim the land. But there's not a real mining going on there. This is probably just a hint
But the
at what the
park
theme might be of the
is
next
built
attraction.
literally on top of a mine.
Yeah.
So the Marvel Cave. So if this is at least like sort of realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the coaster that is going away is from Aerodynamics. They are responsible for the original steel tubular coasters. Their legacy goes back to like the Matterhorn at Disneyland. This particular ride opened in 1993. It was only 80 feet tall, only had a maximum height of 48 miles per hour, but great, family-friendly coaster, kind of all ages attraction.
Absolutely.
So they have said that this retirement at the end of the season is going to launch, quote, a new and exciting chapter in Silver Dollar City's future. And they have released some concept art back in 2024 of what the park might look like after this 10-year expansion. They're planning on pouring $500 million into the park over the next 10 years.
Yes. So this is owned by the Herschend Entertainment Company, which obviously also owns Dollywood, and they're kind of like nearing the end of their $500 million investment. We saw a lot of new things, the resort attractions, and so now it's exciting that Silver Dollar City is also getting
they're getting the
that
love.
DLC, and they have a new resort opening later this year. I'm going to be heading out there to visit it, the Silver Dollar City Resort. It's beautiful. If you're familiar with the Dream War at Dollywood, it kind of gives that sort of mountainish vibes, and it is definitely much needed. They have a little like campground thing with little cabins that are older, but nothing like a full service resort. So I just personally am really excited that there's, another reason to visit. I will say, if you don't live in the middle of the country where you could drive there, it's a little bit difficult to get to, but it is worth it.
Well, you will be visiting there in late 2026 when that opens. It's going to have 262 guest rooms, and it's got some gorgeous landscaping, indoor-outdoor pools, and of course, transportation to the park. So can't wait for you to make that trip.
Absolutely. I went to the groundbreaking, and it's literally on top of a mountain that overlooks Table Rock Lake, which is the famous lake in the Ozark Mountains. That's just beautiful. So I can't even imagine like what these views are going to be like for guests staying there. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of the news in the queue. Before we jump into our main attraction, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MEI-Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI-Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
It's time for the main attraction!
For this week's main attraction, we are heading to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA, where the Franklin Institute just debuted the Universal Theme Parks exhibition, which we've been talking about, I feel like, for years since I have not gotten a chance to see it yet, but our good friends Ricky Brigante and Sarah Elger were out there. They got to talk to Mike Aiello, a mastermind behind Halloween Horror Nights, and they've got a great article up on attractionsmagazine.com, picking out 6 of the key things that they loved about this new Universal theme park exhibition. And I've watched we've got walkthrough videos up on our website,
Mhm.
watched lots of footage, and it really looks like they did a great job with this exhibit.
Absolutely. And this is going to be touring everywhere. So this is just kind of
Mhm.
like a little sneak peek, and then it's going to be accessible to many more people, not just only in Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is just the start. It's gonna be going all around the country, but for now, it's in Philly, and, I won't go over every item in this article. I really encourage you to go to Attractions Magazine and read it. But some of the key takeaways, that they had is, one, this is, an educational exhibit at its heart. It's kind of related to STEM and STEAM, and it's really making the point that creating all this thing that's in the theme parks, all of these animatronics and artistry is something that regular people can do, can go to school now, can take classes, which didn't exist when I got into the
Right.
business. Certainly not when Mike got into the business either. But now there are schools you can go to, there are programs, and this exhibit gives folks a little taste of getting hands-on, not just seeing things behind glass, but you can control an animatronic. You can learn how to design a roller coaster track. You can draw a monster. So by letting you be hands-on, it says that this is not something that you can just do as a tourist. This is something you can do as a career.
Yeah,
And
I
I love
mean,
that.
this is amazing. I mean, I probably, if I knew about this when I was in high school, I probably would have
Mhm.
done this because
Yeah.
you didn't think about it. I mean, there's so many careers. I mean, think of content creators and YouTubers that didn't exist over
Yeah.
20 years ago. And I love that they're really honing in on the education component for this
Mhm.
next generation of creatives.
Yeah. And speaking of next generation, something that surprised me a little is, you go back to old Disney Imagineering stuff, and all the models are built out of paper or cardboard or sculpted out of clay. I was surprised how much digital 3D modeling and 3D printing Universal is doing now. A lot of things are just in the computer, being done in SketchUp or Maya or some sort of modeling software, and then it goes straight to a 3D printer. So, skipping that traditional hand sculpting stage. I thought that was interesting.
Which I'm sure
Um,
is time and money
yeah,
prohibitive.
but I mean the whether they're handmade or whether they're 3D printed, the work on these maquettes and sculptures is just amazing. There's
Yeah.
some great looks at some of the early versions of what became the Monsters Unchained ride, including an early alternate version of what the Phantom of the Opera's organ was going to look like. And something that I really love, they've got on display the paw prints that they use to make the werewolf feet that are in the cement all around Darkmoor.
So cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna nerd out when we see
yeah.
this. I cannot wait.
They did a great job of really digging into their history, and it shows you how Universal, famously back in the early movie studio days, they would have things from famous movies, and they would just get tossed in the dumpster or torn apart and reused for something else. Now they definitely have a sense of their own history. I love the fact that the Terra Guard bike, which goes back to 2005 when Halloween Horror Nights was at Islands of Adventure.
Mhm.
That original bike has still been kept in storage. It's definitely aged some, but I
I'm
love that they
impressed
have that
though.
out
Wow.
out on display for folks to see. So,
Yeah.
and there's even they go as deep as popcorn buckets and sipper cups, with a little display of some of the souvenirs that folks can take home from them.
I mean, where would we be without popcorn buckets?
Exactly. So if you want to see this exhibit while it is in Philadelphia, you've got to visit the Franklin Institute between now and September 7th of this year. After September 7th, it's going to move on across the country. They have not announced the next dates yet or the next cities, but it will be going for about 5 years through 2031. So hopefully it
Incredible.
will have a chance to come to a town near you.
Yes.
And you can get admission to this for $41 for kids, up to $47 for adults, and you also get to see the rest of the Franklin Institute, which is just an absolutely fantastic museum. One of my favorites.
I'm very happy with the price point. I feel really comfortable with that. And also, Universal hasn't famously leaned into their history in the same way that Disney does. So I am all for this.
Yeah. I'm glad that Universal's creative designers are getting the recognition as the artists that they are.
Right.
All right. So that is going to bring us to the end of this week's show. We blazed through that, huh?
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Every week is different. We don't always have a lot of news.
But before we wrap it up, I want to take a look at a few of your comments. Michael Bingham apologizes for being a little late.
No
It's okay,
worries.
Michael. It's not a show without you. We knew you would check in eventually. Brian Sager is wondering if the new Luke Combs venue is going to be a mix of contemporary and country bar. I think that they will. I think they're probably not going to lean into the old school country. They're going to make something that's more mainstream, more broadly appealing.
Absolutely. I mean, as all the bars in Nashville are, it's like a lot less country, and it's like the new pop country with also, pop music, rock music, kind of a nice mix. And I'm sure that they are going to be doing that here to keep it a nice broad audience.
Yeah. And I'm curious how the mix will compare. We don't have a lot of country options in the I'm thinking back to the days of that's what I was just going to say. We've got down at Icon Park, like Shelton has a bar. There was also a country themed bar at what's now Desertland, or previously Artigan, that I think that might have never even opened though. So we'll see if I hope they are successful with this one.
Yeah, and this is owned by Opryland, so I'm hoping that they're going to bring in some really good talent in addition to having local talent. So I think there's a lot of possibilities.
Definitely potential to schedule name acts in there for sure. Michael Bingham's very excited about that coming to City Walk, and Brian Sager giving a recommendation for grabbing a Philly cheesesteak.
I do Jim's on South Street. That's my favorite.
Yep, it's about an hour-ish flight for him, and he wants to do a weekend getaway. Good choice, just to see Lil Boo on display.
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, I want to remind everyone before we go, first to thank our sponsors, MEI and MEI-Travel. Also, be sure to purchase your copy of our Epic Universe magazine in digital or print. I want to remind you also to please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to us, as well as a like and subscribe on YouTube. And please be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media platforms. Carly, where can folks find you on the socials?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Adventures by Carly.
And you can find me at S. Kabursky or at The Unofficial Guides, and you can pick up copies of my guidebooks at theunofficialguides.com. And until next week, we hope you stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. We'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.